Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Gringa Spanish. I'm your host Christy, and today we are going over the lyrics for the song Mafiosa by Nathy Peluso. If you are new to the channel, I'm not going to sing for you. I'm not going to give you a straight translation. I'm actually going to go through the lyrics with you and explain how the verbs are conjugated, why the lyrics are what they are, and what they mean. Because there's a ton of channels that do straight translations, but when you're learning Spanish, that might not be the most helpful. You might be like, I don't understand how this verb went from this form to this form. Like, that's not what I know about this verb. So that's the point of the little more in-depth exploration of the lyrics. Also, I just want to apologize. I know it's been a while since I uploaded a video. I'm actually in school again. That's why. Also, this song has a lot of innuendos in it, which is something hard to do when you're learning a new language. So this is all vetted with my boyfriend, with my Peruvian boyfriend. This is his approved translation. So Nathy Peluso is an Argentinian singer. She was born in Argentina in 1995, and now she lives in Barcelona. But she does not sing salsa. This is a salsa song. You need to know your genres. It's very important. This is a salsa song. Go listen to it. I love it. I find it highly danceable. If you are new to the channel, I danced salsa for a long time. I did performances. It's one of the reasons my Spanish is very good, and I had a lot of opportunities to practice it. This song is fire. I love this song. It makes me want to dance. So she actually does not sing salsa. She sings Latin trap, R&B, stuff like that. So this is the first time I've heard of her. My boyfriend had heard of her before though. So with that being said, let's get into the lyrics. No cualquiera se me acerca, yo lo sé. Cualquiera means whichever. So if you're picking something and somebody said, which one do I pick? You say cualquiera. It means it doesn't matter. Pick whichever. So no cualquiera se me acerca. Acercarse means to approach. Acercarse is a reflexive verb. So se acerca means somebody is approaching something. The me gets put in the middle of that because it's telling you what is being approached. Se me acerca. Somebody approaches me. No cualquiera se me acerca. Not anyone approaches me. Yo lo sé. I know it. Yo sé saber. Yo sé, I know. Yo lo sé. I know it. Lo is just it. Dicen, they say. Dicen que hay que tener agallas pa comerme. Agallas is like guts. It's like bravery. It's like courage. So they say. Dicen means they say. Dicen que hay que means you have to. It's kind of a generic way of saying something has to be done. So if you're saying hay que hacer esto, this has to be done. You're not saying you have to do this. You're saying this must be done or something needs to be this way. Dicen que hay que tener. Tener means to have. So they say that you must have agallas, guts, pa comerme. Comerme means to eat me. Comer means to eat. The pronoun at the end gets attached. Comerme. Para comerme. To eat me. But she means just to deal with me, to handle me. Que hay que tener el cuerpo. That, again, que is that. And hay que is you must. Or it must be. Tener el cuerpo. That you have to have. Now, cuerpo means body. But in this context, this is where my Peruvian boyfriend really came in clutch. Because the phrase hay que tener el cuerpo or somebody has cuerpo, it means, again, courage. When I read this or when I heard this for the first time, I thought that she was saying, like, is she saying that she only dates guys with really hot bodies? Like, he has to have a body to date me? I don't understand. But this is a saying that you won't hear often. If somebody has a body, it means they're brave. So, que hay que tener el cuerpo, that they have to have body, para aguantarme. Aguantar means to hold on to something or to hold something. And again, the meaning overall is to handle her. So you have to have guts to deal with her. You have to have courage to handle her. ¿Cómo es que usted sabe tanto de mí? So how is it? ¿Cómo es? How is it? Que, how is it that usted sabe tanto de mí? She's just speaking to somebody in the formal usted. So instead of sabes, when you're speaking directly to somebody, you use the formal usted version. So how is it that you know so much about me? Tanto means so much. Sabe comes from saber, which means to know. So how is it that you know so much about me? ¿Cómo es que usted sabe tanto de mí? Dale jura que jura. Now, I have no idea what this means, and my boyfriend also doesn't know what this means. So I'm going to tell you the straight translation. Dale means let's go. Jurar means to swear. So this literally translates straight to come on, swear that swear. But like, I don't know what that means, and he doesn't know what that means. But I'm going to say in the context of the song, my tentative theory is that it just means come on, tell me. So if we have there's some Colombian slang in this song, so if anybody knows, comment it below. But I'm just gonna assume that this is like, come on, tell me. Si pongo mano en el fuego por ti. Si means if. At the beginning of a sentence, or without an accent, si means if. With an accent, si means yes. So si pongo, if I put, pongo is the present tense yo form of poner, right? It's an irregular verb. So pongo is I put. Si pongo mano en el fuego por ti. If I put hands, so mano is abbreviated from manos. Manos means hands. Fun fact, it's las manos. It's one of those rare words that the la, you have a la even though it ends with an o, os. Si pongo manos en el fuego por ti, in the fire. En el fuego, in the fire, por ti, for you. Por means for, ti is for you. Me las quemo segura. Quemar means to burn. Me las quemo, I will burn them. So quemar, it's the same as in English, where when you burn something, you could say this two ways. You could say, I burned my hands, or you can say the stove burned my hands, and you're talking about the exact same situation. Did you burn your hands because you're the one who put your hand there, or did the fire burn your hands? You could look at it in either way, right? And it's the same thing here. So she's not saying the conjugation of this is the I form. Me las quemo, I burned them. So, or me las quemo, I will burn them. So, just if you're wondering why it's conjugated in the first person form, that's why. She's saying I burned them. It's the same as in English. You could say the fire burned them. You could say I burned them. So, me las quemo segura. I burn them for sure. Or I will. It's not, it's conjugated in the present tense, but in English, you don't really say I burn them. You would, in this saying, you would say I would burn them. So if I put my hands in the fire for you, I will burn them for sure. What does that mean? It's just meaning she's just saying she's gonna regret it. She's saying that she's gonna regret getting involved with this person. Alright, next verse. Se rumorea que hay. I love this part in the song. Go listen to it. It is rumored. So rumorea, se rumorea means it is rumored. Que, it is rumored that. There is. Dos clases del pendejo, or two types of idiot. Pendejo means idiot. So dos clases, two types. Dos is two. Clases means types, or in English you could say the classification of something, right? So that's how you should think about it. Dos clases de pendejo. So it is rumored that there are two types of idiot. El que habla por la espalda. He who, habla comes from hablar. He who speaks por la espalda. At the back, so behind somebody's back. So el que habla por la espalda, the one that talks behind your back. Y el que se mira al espejo. Espejo is mirror. Mirarse is to look at yourself. Mirar is to look. Mirarse is to look at yourself. And he who looks in the mirror. So she's calling the same person an idiot twice. It's just like that joke in Spanish, or that joke in English. If you say, like, have you ever looked in a mirror? Like, you're insulting that person. So there's two types of idiots. He who talks behind the back and he who looks in the mirror. Or that's how I'm understanding that, and that's how my boyfriend understood it. If you have an alternate explanation, I think it's kind of up for interpretation. Y yo le pregunto al cielo, and I ask the sky. So y means and, yo le pregunto. So preguntar means to ask. Yo pregunto, I ask. Yo le pregunto, you're asking somebody something. Yo le pregunto, I'm asking somebody something. If I wanted to say I ask you something, I could say yo te pregunto. If you're asking yourself something, like let's say I was asking myself some questions about my life, I could say yo me pregunto, I ask myself something. But here it's y yo le pregunto, and I'm asking al cielo, the sky. So cielo can mean heaven, it means the sky. So she's just asking fate or the sky or heaven. Si algún día, if someday. Algún día, algún means some or an instance of something. Si algún día, if someday. Alguno, again we have a similar word here. This means alguno means somebody. If you said alguna, it would mean any woman. Alguno means any man. Alguno se atreverá, or alguno could refer to an object which is that has the L form, or that usually objects that end in an O, and you're just saying whichever one of them, pick one of them again. You could say alguno, it could mean any one of them, whichever one of them. Alguno se atreverá. So atreverse means to dare, to try to do something. Atreverse. And it's a reflexive verb, even though you don't normally think of daring to do something as a reflexive activity the way that the classic ones are. Like brush your teeth is something you do to yourself. Brush your hair is a reflexive verb. Atreverse isn't really like that, right? But it's conjugated as a reflexive verb. So alguno se atreverá, if somebody will ever dare. Atreverá, this is the future tense of this form. So remember, in the future tense, you add that ending on to the end after the ER ending. Alguno se atreverá. Si tanto miedo me tienen, if they are so afraid of me. So miedo means fear. Tanto means so much. Si means if. So if so much fear, me tienen. Tener means to have. Tienen means they have. And me means they're having it for her. So si tanto miedo me tienen, if they're so afraid of me, ahora témanme de verdad. So now fear me for real. That's literally what this means. Ahora means now. Témanme is the command form of to fear, de verdad. Now let's just break this command form down, and then we'll call it a day for this one. I want to do the chorus of this, and maybe a little more places from the song, because I think this is a really interesting song. And it's also just an amazing song. Go listen to it. If it doesn't make you want to dance, you're dead. Okay? So if you are learning Spanish and you want to know more about music and different genres of music, this song is a salsa song and it is fire. Go listen to it. So the word for to fear is temer. So when you're do you remember, you can go watch the command video, and I just want to remind you of the command rules here, because rules are very important. When you are giving a command to a group of people, you're going to use the ustedes form, right? And we know from usted commands that it's going to be the same form as the subjunctive. So temer ends in an ER. Forget about the pronoun for now. Temer ends in an ER. And because you are giving a command to a group of people, you are going to use the form equivalent to the subjunctive form for ellos or ustedes. So that becomes teman with an an at the end. Now, she's saying fear me. And when you're giving a positive command, which means the command to do something, as opposed to a negative command, which is when you tell somebody not to do something, like don't touch me, that's a negative command. If you say kiss me, that's a positive command. You're telling somebody to do something. So this is a positive command, and that means you can add the pronoun right onto the end of the verb, and it becomes one longer word. There's no space here. This is one word. Témanme. And then why do we have an accent here? Because whenever you're giving a command and you attach the pronoun right onto the word, you have to add an accent. So témanme, that's where this word comes from. Alright guys, we're going to stop it there for today. I hope you all learned something. Did I get anything wrong? Did me and my boyfriend get anything wrong? Let me know in the comments. We are definitely not perfect and we don't know everything. Thank you for being here. Please like, subscribe if you enjoyed this video. It really encourages me to keep making them when I know that people are benefiting from them. That makes me very, very happy. So let me know if this helped you. Alright guys, I gotta study later, and I'm gonna try to get this video to you as quickly as possible. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Keep practicing Spanish. It's very important to practice in any way that you enjoy. And as you all know, I believe that rules are very important. So just also take a few minutes and watch a couple of the rules videos so you can familiarize yourself with important grammatical rules. Alright? Alright guys, see you next time.